So I was like, no, I'm not eating in the closet. Hi everybody and welcome to Cats and Pats. It's been a good week. Before we dive into today's video, I have to say I'm feeling pretty relieved. If you've been around Cats and Pats for a while, you might remember like 3 or 4 months ago I said this. Over the next 3 months, I'm actually embarking on like a class certification thing. I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a solid 3 hours like each weekday working on it, and then even more time on the weekends. Or this 2 weeks ago. Alright, so next week I'm really busy, and I have a huge test I've been preparing for the past 13 weeks. Well, I'm happy to announce that I took my certification last Wednesday into Thursday, and on Saturday morning I found out I passed. And it was a huge relief. I mainly celebrated by like dancing around the house, like yelling to the kitties. I was like, we did it! And also playing Destiny 2 with friends. So yeah, feeling good, but let's get to it. A few weeks ago, we talked about selecting the right dish for your cat's food or water. And in doing that video, I came across some information about how your cat eats and drinks, and I thought everybody should know about it. So today, we're talking about dish placement. Trust me, there's more to it than just setting it down. And this is important because where you place your dish can matter just as much to your cat as what you put inside of it. So let's rewind. As we talked about in my Why Do Cats Like Boxes video, cats are both natural predators and prey. By the way, that's a good video. I'll link it in the description below and at the end. Check it out. So yeah, as a predator and something that has to hunt for its food, cats know the importance of food and how hard it can be to hunt down that meal. Because of that, they're also really aware of rival animals that might come in and try to steal their food after they've done the hard work of catching it. So that's a cat as a predator. As prey, cats know their most vulnerable time is when they're eating. Just like you might be eating dinner and like thinking about something, and you're not ready to like jump up and run a marathon, cats can get pretty focused on their meal and like in the moment. So they're really not looking to interrupt anything. They just want to eat in peace. But a cat's gotta eat, so what do they like? Well, for one, they want a place where their back is protected and nobody's gonna sneak up on them. Same thing goes for the sides. You know, your cat is like looking forward and kind of looking down at their food. They're not doing one of these like side to side motions. But, and this is just like them in boxes, they want the visibility where they can see predators. Or more likely in your house, other cats, dogs, small children, people. But yeah, they want to be where they can see those like predators approaching. By the way, a lot of this information is coming from the same Purina One website that I used last time, so I'll reference that down below. But I really like their approach of like looking at a problem, observing your cat, seeing how they're acting, and then offering some solutions. So look where you have your feeding dish. Do you have it like tucked in a corner somewhere? Or like in my case, right now I have the dishes like between the cabinets and the refrigerator, and what that means is that my cats are kind of tucked into that space. They really can't see anything out of that small area that might be approaching, which really isn't good. So I personally need to adjust my setup. Also, look at your cat. Are they eating fast, or do they look kind of tense? Or are they taking a lot of pauses and like looking around? Or do they move away from the dish when someone else approaches? All of these might mean your dish really isn't in a good spot. If you don't see that, you might be good to go. But if you do, a couple of solutions. Try moving the dish where it might be a little more open, where your cat has like a good line of sight to the surrounding area. Another idea? Get them higher up. A cat on a chair or somewhere up high will give them a good vantage point, and that might put them at ease. One more thing mentioned on the site is that competition can always have an impact. So if you have multiple cats or just multiple pets, maybe try to space some of them out, or try giving some of the shy ones a more secure location. After you do that, observe your cat. Look at them. Do they seem more relaxed? One more thing noted on the Purina site is to be patient. It may take your kitty a couple of days to get used to a spot. If after a couple of days you don't see a change, try changing up your spot again. But just make sure you give them a little bit of time. All of this is applicable to water dishes, but there are a couple more water related things I want to note. One, change your cat's water dish daily and try to keep it fresh. And that shouldn't really take more than 10 seconds. It's a quick dump and a fill. Also, try to have a couple locations for your cat or cats to drink from, especially if you have multiple stories in your house. Also, one of which should be away from their food. Another good point I read, if you have a shy or a timid cat, try putting a water dish near where they like to hide out. I personally am a big fan of cat fountains. I think fountains make a huge difference with cats who prefer running water anyway, and you can get one pretty cheap. I really like the Cat It fountain we have. I'll link that below. Also, I did a review of that too. I'll throw that down there too if you want to check it out. I touched on this a second ago, but try to have at least one water dish away from the food dish. My orange kitty would not touch the fountain when we had it in the kitchen, like by where they get fed, but then I moved it into the living room and she loves it. And I can't remember where I heard this right now, but I thought it was something where cats in the wild don't want to drink water near where like dead prey would be because they could get contaminated and stuff. I'm not sure if that's right. I just kind of have it in my head, but I think it's right. So yeah, I thought this was all great stuff to know. I hope you liked this video, and make sure you check out some of the other videos I mentioned. I'll link the box one right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.